Maybe you already heard it, but Assassin Creed Mirage has gone gold, meaning the game is finished, ready to be put on discs, but also that there won't be any more delays. They're actually bringing the release date forward by 1 week. It's now launching on October 5th instead of the 12th. Which is awesome, as it gives us more time to explore back that before Spider-Man 2 hits on October 20th. That's probably also why they moved the release date forward, you would think, right? But I'm not complaining, and we by the way also got some new gameplay. Like they showed the Mirage a loading screen where you can of course control Basim. It looks kinda dark actually, which likely has to do with the fact that he is slowly getting consumed by the Djinn. Now I am curious if the loading screen like changes over the course of the game, like we for example saw in Odyssey, which was kinda awesome. But still, I don't mind that we won't stay long here on the newer consoles thanks to the faster load times, although you will then of course miss the tips, and we quickly see one here called one way to pickpocket. Having a hard time with the pickpocket minigame, put your target to sleep with a blow dart before going through their pockets. This will skip the minigame altogether. Okay, so that stealing from the first gameplay trailer will be a bit harder than just pressing a button, and with the game of course being based on the systems from Valhalla, I am curious if stealing something is similar to that game, where you simply have to hold a button to steal something, although minigame does sound like a bit more effort than that. I can see them reuse the assassination minigame from Valhalla, but then use it for stealing so that we have to time it right in order to successfully pickpocket a target. All the assassinations in Mirage are a one-hit kill anyways, so they won't use the minigame for that. I hope it's something else though, but of course your theories on what this stealing minigame could be are more than welcome in the comments down below. Now let's go over the bad news and the more new footage. Of course, if you are hyped for Mirage, then leaving a like would really support the channel, and subscribe to not miss the next video on the game. And if you are a subscriber or become one, you can participate in my Digital Deluxe Edition giveaway via the special link in the pinned comments. I will announce and reach out to the winner just before release. Okay then, let's get the bad news out of the way. There will be microtransactions in Assassin's Creed Mirage at launch. Now there were some articles saying that there would not be any microtransactions in Mirage, although they based it on nothing. And of course in the menu that is clearly inspired by Valhalla, we did not see that store shortcut that we did see in the Viking game. Instead, it's a quick way to save the game, and the developer said that this is because we noticed stealth players love quick saving and we decided to make it more accessible. The game difficulty is a factor, of course. Which is great, so we likely won't have to replay large parts of the game when we fail, which will probably happen more often compared to Valhalla, as Basim will not survive as long in combat as Eivor. But yeah, now French YouTuber Jonathan did share this image that we all see on Reddit for the Fire Demon pack that will be one of the item packs we can buy in Mirage at launch. Ubisoft also confirmed via an official Discord post that some optional cosmetic bundles will be purchasable directly on the first party stores at launch, but we will share more in the weeks to come. Like, it's of course still Ubisoft, they make a ton of money from these item packs, and also Assassin's Creed Mirage is the biggest game they now have in 2 years since Far Cry 6, so they want to get the most out of that. Like, I don't want to defend them, but just tell you why they're probably here. I first thought we would only see the deluxe pack that includes the Prince of Persia inspired items, so you can still get it if you got the regular edition, but no, there will be more item packs, which on one hand is actually not that surprising, as these microtransactions have been a part of Assassin's Creed long before they made the open world RPG games. Now to be fair though, one of the reasons for that shift was the fact that they could then sell more item packs, which leads to a bigger profit. Like, Ubisoft is of course still a company. Like, to play devil's advocate here, if Ubisoft sees that they can also get a lot of extra money from microtransactions in these more stealth focused games like Mirage beyond the money they get for just selling the game, it will likely cause them to want to invest more in the old school Assassin's Creed experiences. And as long as they don't change the overall structure or progression of the game with these microtransactions in mind, which we did see before, then I don't really mind it. Like, I don't think that this Fire Demon armor and mounts were removed from the base game to then sell. as it doesn't make sense in the more grounded Mirage experience. Now we can likely easily ignore them once we load into the game. I still think it kinda sucks to have these though when they're not doing any free post-launch DLC, which they also once again confirmed in a recent Q&A, like Mirage won't have DLC or an extensive post-launch. Like, that was always my thing. I was like kinda okay with the item packs, fund your big free post-launch plan, sure, and everyone who doesn't want those can still experience a ton of awesome free content after release. We still have the free Ubisoft Connect items though that we also briefly see in the image. This is likely where you can also pick up Altair's legacy outfit and hopefully some other iconic robes. So I'm a bit of two minds about it, and I do think the league pack looks pretty cool, and it's awesome that we can use different mounts next to the horses and camels. So I'm curious to hear your take, of course, in the comments down below. Personally though, I'm not too worried about it. Then back to more good news. There are cats in Baghdad. Hopefully Basim will have a new animation for petting them and not the same one that Eivor has, although I did like that one. We are seeing the same assassination animation in some brand new gameplay though, where Basim used the smoke bomb to stun an enemy so he can walk up to them to instantly kill them, which really reminds me of the Thorn of Slumber from Valhalla that you would activate with your bow, of course, and then sure, it would put the enemies to sleep, but it also gave you the opportunity to assassinate them in combat with sometimes the same animation. Now we of course do know that Basim will have a ton of new fighting animations, but seems like many of the hidden blade assassinations will be similar to those of Eivor. We also knew that the torch was back. We got some new footage. Seems like it's really needed to explore some passageways, and I'm sure we will have this too from moment 1, while we can of course select the others in the order we prefer. And we now got a gameplay look at the throwing knife. Really like how Basim aims it and then bam, you insta-kill a regular guard. We can, by the way, upgrade it to improve the damage, but I'm not sure if we will then be able to take out these strong armored enemies in one hit, as in a tooltip that we can still read, although the quality is not that great. It was said that their armor is impenetrable by ranged weapons and melee attacks, that we have to get behind the foes to deal damage to them, which really forces you to do stealth, which is awesome. Although, it likely does mean that it will be hard to take them out in combat, although maybe like doing that smoke bomb tactic will work against them. Hey, it's worth trying. We now also learned that you can only use the powerful Assassin's Focus ability outside of combat, so while jumping or sneaking around, you build up the charge of course by doing stealth attacks that then fill the bar above your health, and every bar is an enemy that you can tag. The developers did warn us though that we have to pick the order of the targets wisely, as Basim will of course appear on the location of the final target, and if that's in the line of sight of an enemy close by, then you will immediately be alerted. So that's why it might be smart to infiltrate the location by using the noisemakers instead. You might remember this footage from a previous video, but now we actually see Basim go into a hiding spot as well. And I love how the camera then shows the nearby enemies, so you have a better look at them. And we, by the way, put all the new recent gameplay in one video with the audio as well on my Assassin's Creed focused channel. Also a link to that in the pinned comments. Of course, subscribe here and there to not miss my next Assassin's Creed Mirage video. A like would really be awesome. You can check out my recent news roundup video going over the fact that the game is bigger than I expected by clicking on the screen. I will speak to you soon. Goodbye.